everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Nicole Sierra and I'm a Virgo who likes to do makeup, and today's video is going to be a foundation declutter. I have a lot of stuff that I really just don't have a use for or a place in my collection for anymore, so I really need to let these items go and move on and only keep my favorites. So if you're interested in seeing a big foundation declutter, go ahead and keep on watching. And if you're interested in seeing future more declutters, go ahead and subscribe because I'll be doing more declutters just like this. And let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so I'm already overwhelmed. This is something that has been a long time coming for around 2.5 years now, probably. I mean, some might be 3 years, but like it's pushing it. But these are my foundations. First up on deck is the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. This was one that I had really high expectations for, and it just wasn't my favorite. Considering I have dry skin, it really wasn't giving me the healthy look that I wanted it to. It was pretty, but it wasn't like I love it, and I never really wore it again. Like, as you see, I had a lot of other options, so this was one that I never really... This one is new. Obviously, it's the new foundation from Wet n Wild. This is the Dewy Luminous Foundation. So this one I will be keeping because it's new and I did really like it. I'm still trying this one out, so that one I'm going to keep. The ColourPop Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer is one that I do like, and I would say kind of love, but in comparison to my CoverGirl one, I feel like I kind of like this one better, so I'm still kind of seeing if I love this one as much as this one, although I do know that I've had really good skin days when I've used this, so both are very new to my collection, so I will be keeping these. So this is the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Foundation. This I actually got from TJ Maxx, and I got it because usually this is like a $50 foundation, and it was like $15 at TJ Maxx. For me, as of right now, like, we're not in summer yet, but I'm gonna keep it just because, like I said, I recently purchased this and in the hopes of that maybe I can use it in the summer. And it is like very thick. This girl is thick and it's very full coverage. So this is the tried and true of my collection. This is one of my favorite foundations. This is the YSL Touche Eclat All-in-One Glow. This makes me look like an angel. I swear my skin looks absolutely like I just am glowing and I have perfect skin. This is something that I absolutely love and adore and recommend all the time to everyone who's looking for that type of look that's glowy. Like I said before, I have dry skin, so this one is like a blessing, so I will be keeping this and definitely be repurchasing this. This, on the other hand, is the Lancome Skin Feels Good. This is also like a healthy glow type of skin tint. I was expecting it to be what the YSL Touche Eclat All-in-One Glow does for me, although I can't remember now. All I know is that I didn't have the best experience with it, although, you know, certain foundations work well for certain people and some it doesn't. So I know I have a friend who loves this, so I'll definitely be giving that away to her and hopefully she can make it work. So here I have like one of the Maybelline Smooth and Dewy foundations. This one I got, I think by accident, because I actually thought it was the Maybelline Fit Me, the matte and poreless version, so this one was like an accident. I never wore it. My mom says she really hated this. This one obviously is a very, very good drugstore foundation. It's like a classic. It's pretty old, so I can definitely get a new one of this at the foundation store at Walgreens or something, and so I will be getting rid of both of these. This one is, I think, one of the most underrated foundations, period, especially for drugstore. This is the Wet n Wild Cushion Foundation. I love wearing this in the summer. It's basically, like I said, a cushion foundation, and it's like very fast and easy to wear. It makes it look like very fresh skin, gives that perfect summery skin glow for a lot of looks that I like to do in the summer, so I love this, and I will be keeping this one just in case they don't have it at the store. That's how much I like it, but if I go to the store and still see that they have these, I'll definitely purchase another one. This I was in the shade Natural Beige. Sticking to Wet n Wild, these are the Photo Focus foundation sticks. These were like a rating from me. I mean, I didn't really love them in comparison, especially to their liquid foundation, so I wasn't a big fan of this, so I will be decluttering these in comparison, especially to their liquid foundation, so I wasn't a big fan of this, so I will be decluttering these. Which brings me to the regular Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. I love this foundation. It is a magnificent foundation, especially at the drugstore. That price is unbeatable. It gives such good coverage with like a flawless finish. Yeah, so I'll definitely be keeping this. Next from Maybelline, I have the 24-hour, I think it's called the Super Stay Full Coverage Foundation. One of my top favorite foundations out of this entire collection. I'll never get rid of it. When I recommend foundations at the drugstore to people, this is my number one on the list. Is number one, of course, not going to declutter. This is the Infallible Pro Matte and this is the Infallible Pro Glow, but this is so old and it's like so messy that I'm just gonna declutter it. But I definitely would repurchase this as like a little, you know, just something to have. And this one, the Pro Glow, I'm gonna declutter. I don't remember ever really trying it out. It's been so old. I know I have, but it was nothing that I was super impressed with and I never wore it again. It's been years. I would definitely like do a video where I like revisit some old like foundations at the drugstore. The fact that it's old, I'm just going to go ahead and declutter this one. This is like upsetting for me because this was so expensive, but I hated this foundation. Everyone on YouTube loved it. Like all my favorite YouTubers loved it and raved about it. I don't know what that was about because I could not like this foundation. I'll never like it and I love NARS and this is probably the prettiest packaging, but she gotta go. Next, this was a big impulse buy. This is the Dior Air Flash foundation. Although I remember I was absolutely astonished when I first got it how beautiful this looks on the skin. I would definitely like never forget that. So definitely good things, all good things, but you know, I never really used it, but because I feel like I was afraid to. It's like when you get something really nice and you're like, I don't want to touch it, I don't want to use it, I don't even want to take it out of the box. So that's how I felt about this, but I will be keeping this. This is another good cushion foundation that I really like. This one is from Maybelline. So I like the Wet n Wild one a little better, but this one does like pretty much the same thing. So if God forbid Wet n Wild ever like discontinued it, I'd hope that I can still get this one, but like this one's a little older and like I don't need two of them. Or three, my lord. So this one I'll declutter. This was back in the day when Jaclyn Hill used to recommend this. This is a really pretty foundation, but I don't really wear it a lot. This is something I'd be interested in trying again, but for now I'll declutter. We're getting down to the bottom. So Estee Lauder Double Wear is something that I wasn't completely in love with this, but it is really, really nice, but like I don't like the way that it's super full coverage. I don't really go for that look very often, especially now. I've been like doing a lot of stuff with student teaching, so it hasn't been my vibe, but it is a pretty foundation. I spent a lot of money on it, which I recently purchased, so I'll keep it for now. But a good dupe in my opinion for that foundation. This L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Up to 24 Hours foundation. This I feel like is like a dupe in my opinion of the Estee Lauder one, so I really like this. I've heard a lot of girls always tell me like this is their current go-to drugstore foundation for good reasons. So this is definitely my top 3 recommendations for a drugstore foundation, so for that I'll be keeping it. This is a powder, shouldn't be here. This is a new NYX Bare With Me like a skin tint foundation. I just tried it once. I like the way that it sits on the skin. I think it looks really pretty, but when I took it off, I don't know if it's this. I'm gonna try it again. The life was sucked out of my skin. It was so dry. I felt like, oh my gosh, did this foundation do that to me? Or like I mentioned earlier, the CoverGirl one, and I don't feel like my skin is so dry after I wear it, but I'll keep testing it to see if it is true, but I do like how it looks at first. And like I said, this is one that I do like. This is the Glossier Skin Tint. It's very cute. I love the packaging. This I will not be repurchasing, but I won't declutter it. I'll have to finish it up. Here we have the MAC Next to Nothing Face Foundation. Honestly, I bought this on accident. One day I was shopping with Kevin and I was like, oh my god, I need that. I need that. I need that. I need that. Because I thought it was the MAC Face and Body Foundation. But this, I don't even know what this is. I never wore it. Honestly, I bought it. It was an impulse buy. Like, I just bought it. I don't know, the world tricked me and I never wore it and I never plan on wearing it again. Here we have the also famous Fenty Beauty foundation. This one is the matte one. I will be keeping this one. Although I have dry skin, if I actually prep my skin right and put this foundation on, it's really pretty. So for that reason, I will be keeping it. This is the Tarte Clay Stick. It's like a foundation stick, but I've never used it, and so this is so old. I feel like I don't even know why I have it still, so this is being decluttered. And last but not least, this is the, for good reason, well-known Hourglass Veil Translucent. No, that's not the translucent. This is the Hourglass Veil Foundation Stick. This is one of the most beautiful foundations I think that has ever been made. This is one of the most beautiful foundations I have in my collection, so she will not be decluttered. I will definitely be repurchasing this. I think it's a really, really pretty foundation stick. I hope you enjoyed this foundation declutter video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Leave some comments down below on what category you would want to see next to be decluttered, and I'll see you all in my next video.